روایت زندگی یک اسطوره. تا حالا شده به این فکر کنید که خفن ترین عنوان که یه ورزشکار به دست آورده چی میتونه باشه؟ برترین مبارز تاریخ. نظرتون راجع به این یکی چیه؟ باهوش، خشونت افسار گسیخته، موذی و زهردار، 195 سانتی متر قد، 115 کیلوگرم وزن، فرصت طلب و نکته سنج. اینا نکاتی هستند که کنار هم خطرناکترین مرد سیاری زمین رو تشکیل دادن. جان بونز جونز. متولد 1987 در روچستر نیویورک. در خانواده مذهبی از پدری که کشیش بود و بارها سعی کرد که پسر رو به راه خودش پیش ببره. جونز 2 برادر کوچکتر و یکی بزرگتر از خودش داره. البته اونا یک خواهرم داشتن که به دلیل سرطان درگذشت. باید راجع به اون بدونید که خارج از قفس هم ویژگی‌های یک مبارز رو داره. از اینکه متخصص تیراندازی با انواع تفنگ‌های سبک و سنگینه و اینکه جونز چند تا دزد و حین سرقت گرفت و تحویل پلیس داد. اون 4 فرزند دختر داره که سال 2024 در یک شکایت سعی کرده بود که حضانت پسرش رو به عهده بگیره که معلوم شد یک فرزند پسر هم داره. بریم سراغ تکامل برترین مبارز تاریخ. همیشه در تاریخ‌های مختلف بهترین مبارزها لایق احترام بودن. حالا هر میدان رزمی، اما اکنون سیستم مبارزه‌ای بدون سلاح از لابلای تاریخ به شکل مدرن خودش رو در سیستم برترین لیگ هنرهای رزمی نشون داده. UFC که برترین ها اینجا مبارزه میکنن. اما مسیری که جونز رو به برترین مبارز تاریخ تبدیل کرد. جونز از ورزش کشتی فرنگی شروع کرد. گاهی هم به واسطه برادرش فوتبال آمریکایی هم بازی میکرد. در این مقطع جونز قهرمان کشتی مدارس در آمریکا شد و وقتی وارد دانشگاه شد در 20 سالگی به رویای پول وارد MMA شد که در آوریل 2008 برای اولین مبارزه حرفه‌ای وارد قفس شد.
Well, Mark, we've got some light heavyweight action. The pro debuting John Jones fighting out of the bomb squad. We got some big boys tonight. Let's see what happens here. And Johnny Jones, a kickboxer and a wrestler, big fan of Anderson.
که در همون راند اول برنارد رو با ناک اوت پشت سر گذاشت.
Jones with a suplex. Big. He flipped him over. Now he's raining some left hands down onto Bernard. Bernard is out. A first round TKO by John Jones. Mark, was that impressive or what?
And John has
6 پیروزی متوالی.
after his first.
He's out. And he ate a left there too.
6 فینیش. جونز با عملکرد عالی راهی لیگ UFC.
I made it to the UFC after only 9 months of MMA training, so I mean, which is really unheard of.
جانی یکی از منحصر به فردترین ورزشکارانی بود که تا به حال به UFC اومده بود.
Light heavyweight matchup, and here we go.
وقتی فقط 21 سالش بود در قفس UFC برای اولین بار جنگید.
Throws a spinning back kick. All right, somewhere in the middle of what I thought. He's just taking it to Goose Mount. Switched and brought the left knee.
Johnny Bones Jones.
جونز اثبات کرد که میتونه در بالاترین سطح MMA هم با برترین ها مبارزه کنه و از پسشون بر بیاد. گام دوم در UFC. این بار استیفن بونار 31 ساله. این بار هم یک ورژن عالی دیگه از جونز. تکداون های بی‌نقص. همراه با ضربات بی‌نقص در کلاس بالا. تخصص در جوجیتسو، مویتای، کشتی توجه همه رو به سمت این مبارز جوان جلب کرد. تکنیک‌های خودش رو با اعتماد به نفس بالا اجرا می‌کرد.
That first round, sitting on my stool, I'm like, this guy is f***ing good, man.
استفان بونار به سختی 3 راند رو مقابل جونز تحمل کرد. ضربات سنگینی متحمل شد و خودش رو به پایان راند رسوند.
Going the winner by unanimous decision,
This journey that I'm on can go as far as I take it, and only I can.
جونز خودش رو به مدعیان اصلی رسوند. داشت شرایط مهیا می شد که جونز به مساف قهرمان بره. اولین توقف برای جونز جوان، دیسکالیفه به دلیل استفاده از ضربات ممنوعه.
DQ. Nice trip. There's some Greco. His timing is so good.
Now, is there a part of you that feels like you never lost, even though you had the one disqualification loss?
John is completely undefeated. He only has that one loss to Matt Hamill, which is a disqualification in a fight where he was totally dominant in. Big elbows. No, can't do 12-6. Stand up. The up to down elbow from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock is illegal.
So you make an honest mistake and throw an illegal elbow and have everything crash and burn.
Due to intentional elbows, there's been a disqualification of Johnny Bones Jones. Therefore, the winner is Matt Hamill.
I don't beat myself up about it, you know. Now I know the rules and you would never see me going out that way ever again.
جان تمرینات خودش رو افزایش داد.
And I train in Albuquerque, New Mexico at high elevation. I train at 6,000 feet above sea level.
It's not often that guys like this come along, you know, not at all. John Jones, there's not a lot of them around.
And he's just got super athlete family. They're just, and he's huge. That size difference is so big.
بعد از اون باخت بس برانگیز، جان همراه با برندون ورا وارد قفس شد.
I love John Bones Jones, man. He's the best I've ever seen. He's the best in the world.
John Jones defeats Brandon Vera. Wow. Vicious elbow.
John Bones Jones.
He's a serious talent. Even just then when he just stood up again, he's huge. I mean, he's so big. He's a young guy. He's only going to get better, and he's very motivated and very smart.
The Ultimate Fighter Season 8 winner, Ryan Dana!
Who will truly become the next big thing? Will it be Bader or will it be Jones?
در این مبارزه معلوم خواهد شد که کدام مبارز به مساف قهرمان خواهد رفت. شروع خشن و تهاجمی از جان جونز. استفاده از تکنیک هایی برای گیر انداختن حریف که تا به حال هیچ مبارزی سراغ آنها نرفته بود.
And another benefit of having 84-inch reach on his arms is he can get his fingers together when most people can't.
Yeah, he went right for a straight guillotine here. Tightened it right up, twisted it. Oh, he got hands all over! John Jones chokes out Ryan Bader! Wow! John Jones' first fight in the UFC for a title, he's fighting Mauricio Shogun Hua, who is a legend.
Yeah, I'm fighting the biggest fight of my life. If I wasn't meant to be here, I wouldn't be here.
Undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Shogun and Jones, our main event of the evening for the light heavyweight title.
اما واقعا اون شوگان افسانه‌ای قهرمان UFC بود. جان جونز عرصه رو به قهرمان تنگ کرده بود. استفاده از ترکیبات خلاقانه و البته کشنده، استفاده از ضربات آرنج چرخشی و از ضربات پا با آسیب جبران ناپذیر. واقعا مبارزه کردن با جان جونز یک کابوس برای مبارزه روبرو محسوب میشه.
Relentless.
و حالا قهرمان جان جونز، جوانترین قهرمان تاریخ UFC.
And he might be the greatest talent that we've ever seen in the UFC.
He's a freak, man. He's a real freak.
He most definitely is.
It's crazy to watch him train because he's just super lasered in and focused.
حالا برای اولین دفاع از عنوان قهرمانی، کوینتون جکسون، یکی از ترسناکترین مبارزان تاریخ.
And he's the best ever at controlling distance.
He does the finger range.
Yeah, pokey.
The pokey range.
There's that spinning elbow. Just like against Shogun, perfectly timed.
تا به حال هیچ وقت جکسون توسط هیچ مبارزی متوقف نشده بود.
You know, chokes out Rampage, chokes out, he's just smashed everybody.
Rampage has not been stopped in the octagon. That's what Jones wants, to be the first man in the UFC to stop Quentin Rampage Jack. John Jones has defended his UFC light heavyweight championship.
این بار رشاد ایونز، دوست قدیمی و حریف تمرینی سابق.
How good is this? So intense right now.
Ready, good. Here we go.
So far, John is controlling the center of the octagon. Head kick by Rashad.
Big head kick by Rashad Evans.
Jones might be in trouble.
I felt like this was a pioneering performance with ranged elbows from John Jones.
In with the elbow.
That is a brilliant move.
Get him. And stabbed him with that elbow.
آرنج‌های ویرانگر، هدیه‌های جونز برای رشاد.
But Rashad Evans, there was no way he could have trained for this kind of offensive. No one in Rashad Evans' gym is going to be fighting like John Jones in this range, stepping in with elbows over the top.
It's not just the long limbs, it's the way he delivers it.
And a big right hand.
The left hook. Clearly, John Jones has defended his title
against another former UFC light heavyweight champion.
جان برای اولین بار در تله جوجیتسو گیر کرد. ویتور بلفورد، یک آرمبار نسبتاً ست. جونز به سختی دستش رو از تله آرمبار بیرون کشید.
An animal John is. Yeah. He didn't tap. He just let his arm get jacked.
And he might have popped his arm. We don't know how John's arm is right now.
And then wound up tapping Vitor the next round. It's amazing when you consider the fact that this kid didn't grow up with a striking background. It's crazy. Yeah. John he's not just talented. Side kick to the body, he hurt him, he hurt him, he hurt him. He hurt him with that side kick to the body.
And now the axe kick the same way. Not good for Belfort.
This guy is trying to get him in a mounted crucifix. He just needs to secure the right.
فشار 100% روی مفصل کتف.
Now he's going for a Kimura.
It's all over! John Jones remains the UFC light heavyweight champion!
Good job, baby. He's just got incredible, his ability to overcome.
John Jones, Chael Sonnen. And here we go!
He's so comfortable in world championship fights. He's had nothing but world championship fights.
That's all he knows?
Yeah.
Wow, by Jones.
Main event, and you're like, holy shit, this is the big one. John's like, this is a fight.
Another day
or
in
like
the office.
Looking to finish this fight early. All over him right here in the first round. John Jones has finished Chael Sonnen.
And they get to this point where you have to be so much better to beat them.
Fame and celebrity are powerful drugs.
I had this crazy thing that I would do where I would party 1 week before every fight, and I did it throughout my whole career.
I party with John, but when he was partying, I would see him at the bar in Ithaca, and it would be like a couple weeks before his fight. This guy would be out there shots. And
I was winning, and it was starting to feel.
هرچه پیش میرفت تمرکز جونز پسر استخونی روی فایت بیشتر میشد.
Shape for that fight at all.
Yeah.
They said he was barely training.
I did a lot of wild stuff leading up to the fight. I definitely didn't give it my all.
As far as partying and not sleeping right.
Mainly partying,
drinking,
staying up all night.
You asked me earlier, Joe, is anybody else perfect with their takedown defense? And yes, that man, John Jones, the champion, has stopped all 16 of his opponent's takedown attempts.
16 مبارزه با 100% پیروزی. جونز رو به مبارز سال تبدیل کرده بود. حالا مقابل گوستافسون سوئدی.
And there's a nasty elbow by John. Right to the side of the head.
Right at the end of the round. Get some of that off.
They want to take some of that back.
Steps in with the right again.
خیلی چیزها مشخص نشد. مبارزه به بازی برگشت هم نیاز داره.
Of this championship fight. Kicks to the body, hard kick. That kick was hard, Mike.
And John Jones might have to take Gustafsson out to retain his title.
They are on their feet here inside Air Canada Center.
Here's a nice elbow, caught him.
Oh, that might have hurt. Yeah, that did. Jones with a kick.
He's just a natural born fighter. He just knows how to fight.
The UFC light heavyweight title is on the line.
این پیروزی برای جونز به رأی داورها کشیده شد.
Gustafsson decided. Unbelievable. What a fight. That might be the greatest title fight in the history of the light heavyweight division.
By unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world.
چالش دیگر برای جونز، این بار سوپر فایت با دنیل کورمیر شکست ناپذیر. همه چیز در پرس کنفرانس به هم ریخت. تا اینجا یک هفته مانده به مبارزه.
You guys end up earning each other's respect in the octagon and can squash this between you. John, I'd ask you that first.
DC.
Daniel?
I have no desire to be friends with him.
Costing
$50,000 جریمه برای جونز به دلیل درگیری.
Because he hates me, you know. We fought 2 years ago.
Sure.
I beat him fair and square, you know, no matter what he tries to blame the win on.
It's time!
The first time we were both undefeated, and I was just, I didn't know if he had that it factor. When you have an undefeated athlete, you don't know what, you know, if there's that chosen one, you know, and I thought maybe he could be the guy. I've always felt like I was the guy.
Kick to the body.
حالا به همه اثبات می شود برترین کیست.
And now that I've beaten him and I've proven that he isn't the chosen one.
Good straight left by John. Look the way he utilizes that reach that you talked about. Those kicks by John.
I feel like there's really nothing special about him.
Like, John Jones is playing for keeps. He's trying to damage these people. He's taking pig slips. He's stealing the cars.
همه چیز مقابل دنیل کورمیر به رأی داوران کشیده شد.
Goes the distance. Perhaps maybe all the bad blood has not boiled over. Wow.
اما آزمایشات کوکائین جونز مثبت اعلام شد. قهرمان نیمه سنگین وزن UFC
was preparing for another title defense when he crashed into a car in southeast Albuquerque.
Yeah, there was a car accident right here on Wansboro and Southern Boulevard. The guy just hopped off into a yard. The guy that's getting out of the SUV.
A few months later, he was involved in a hit and run.
Former UFC light heavyweight champion John Bones Jones avoids jail time. The Albuquerque fighter cut a deal with prosecutors today for a hit and run crash.
It was humiliating and somewhat of a bottom for me, and I'm ready to snap it into high gear.
جونز خل عنوان شد.
To travel out of state for work and promotional appearances, but the UFC has not decided when he will be allowed to fight again.
یک مبارز کامل که کسی جز خودش قادر به شکست دادنش نبود. جونز خل عنوان شد.
And suspended for a year.
جان جونز بازگشت.
John Jones. Ovens St. Preux. Fight scheduled for 5.
وقتی با استعدادترین مبارز باشی، حرکات دیدنی در فایت برات یه چیز معمولی حساب میشن. انواع تکنیک‌های آرنج، انواع چرخشی‌های پا و انواع زانوهای پا.
Side control, strong side control, a lot of time. He's getting battered. That was one of the heaviest takedowns we've ever felt. I felt that through the bottom of the soles of my feet.
For the winner by unanimous decision, John Bones Jones.
The fight.
همه چیز برای یک مبارزه مجدد با DC دنیل کورمیر جور شده بود. اما متاسفانه دوباره تست دوپین جان جونز مثبت اعلام شد.
After testing positive for a banned substance.
I want to first start by apologizing 2 came out to support me for UFC 200.
Albuquerque police lapel video shows an officer pulled Jones over last week, slapping him with 5 citations, including for drag racing and exhibition driving.
Driver's license, registration, insurance. Please turn your car off.
UFC fighter Jon Bones Jones is expected in court tomorrow, the first time he'll make an appearance since APD stopped him for drag racing.
You are held to a higher standards, and Mr. Jones has started to fail that probation. It has been a challenge for him. He's been given, this is his third chance.
So it seems like a storm of stuff is coming his way. His career could be in grave danger.
Jones has been on probation for about 6 months.
حالا 1 سال دیگه محروم شده و مجبور تماشا کنه که دانیل کورمیر عنوان قهرمانی شمال خودش کرده.
Claim the belt.
Right now, he attacks like some of your downfalls, right?
Yes,
and he
public downfall.
and yeah, they are public, but he seems to feast on them.
Is this guy gonna mess this up again by doing steroids or snorting cocaine or sandblasting prostitutes?
I messed up outside of the octagon. I got that taken away from me. But the guy's never beaten me. In order to be the champion, you have to beat the champion.
What he hates the most is the fact that he'll never be remembered because the fact that I'm alive.
If Jon Jones would be the light heavyweight champion and he would be undefeated.
The wait is over. Jon Jones is back for the first time since April.
در آوریل 2016 جونز بعد از پشت سر گذاشتن دوران محرومیت وارد قفس شد. حالا 1 بار برای همیشه.
I believe I'm going to finish him by submission or TKO.
Jones trying to press the issue here. Cormier is down. Not out yet.
Cormier's in big trouble.
جان جونز جایی برای شک و تردید باقی نمیگذارد. او بهترین هاست.
Trying to support. That's it. Jon Jones has done it. Jon Jones is back, and he is the new UFC light heavyweight champion. How about it? Wow. And again, the new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jon.
جونز دوباره عنوان قهرمانی رو پس گرفت. اما باز هم در نمونه آزمایش ماده ممنوع کشف شد و دوباره محرومیت برای جونز.
I wonder how much money he's left on the table with all these problems, especially with the attention that Conor's brought to the sport.
To be accused of steroids, you go from hero to zero immediately in some people's eyes.
Do you think that Jones should be banned now after his second failed test for a ban?
باز هم آزمایش. این بار هم 16 ماه محرومیت برای جان جونز.
That there's a reason for those picograms, and picograms gives you zero athletic performance.
You've never looked like a guy who's on steroids.
I believe him, it was accidental.
I will consult the bones. The bones.
پایان محرومیت 16 ماهه قبل از مبارزه با گوستافسون سوئدی.
Brawler.
Haven't I already been to the top of the mountain and faced the dragon?
Here's the thing, that dragon in rematches gets way better, and he dudes up in rematches.
One man will soon be the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion. This is a belt that Jon Jones defended a record 8 times.
All right, gentlemen, first round. You ready to fight?
Jon Jones is back for the first time in 16 months.
اون همه چیز رو به فراموشی سپرد و مبارز سوئدی رو در هم کوبید.
You get the feeling that every time he goes to start something, Jon Jones intercepts it.
Alex just got to get in that boxing range. That's the big difference in this fight has really been the leg kicks.
I would imagine this is how Jones would spar with someone that he feels like he can beat comfortably.
گوستافسون رو روی زمین برد و ضربات بی‌رحمانه‌ای به سر اون وارد کرد.
He's on a run right now. That's what I think. I think they took it away from him for all those months when he tested positive. all the money that he should have made, all the legacy that he could have laid down.
Like I said in the pre-fight interview, there's only been one champion since 2011. I'm glad to be back on my throne.
حالا جونز بعد از محرومیت عنوان خودش رو پس گرفته بود و برای دفاع آماده ورود به قفس شد. جان بونز جونز، این بارم پیروزی با رأی داوران.
Spinning back kick to the body by John Jones. Very nice.
Nice.
Oh, nice spinning back kick again to the body.
Oh, that hurt him. Yeah, that got Smith's attention. See it in his eyes.
یه مأموریت دیگه برای یادآوری به جهان. برترین مبارز کره زمین کیه؟
From Jones. Violent takedown from Jones. From the soon-to-be and still UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Johnny Bones Jones.
John Jones remains light heavyweight champion after easily defeating Anthony Smith.
سانتوس با ضربات آسیب زننده پا شروع کرد.
Chopping at that leg. Those are devastating.
Early in the first round where he kicked his leg out, I was like, all right, this fight's going to be interesting.
این ضربات باعث شد که جونز در راند اول تعادل خودش رو از دست بده، اما در راند دوم جونز به خوبی پاهای خودش رو عقب می‌کشید. آسیب جدی بود که باعث شد سانتوس عقب بکشه.
Santos, maybe a one-legged fighter here.
Oh, nice kick.
اما قدرت جونز
Big knee from Jones. So John Jones and Thiago Santos go the distance.
I mean, Dominic Reyes he's a hell of an opponent. You know, he's undefeated, truly athletic. He's knocked out almost everyone he's gone against.
مبارزات حرفه‌ای با سلطه کامل، قدرت تخریب بالا، در بالاترین سطح UFC سلطنت می‌کند.
Reigning atop his division like no other fighter in history.
Jones knows it starts to get ugly here and he's putting the pressure.
John Bones Jones.
جونز بهترین چالش ها را دنبال می کند و همیشه دنبال مبارزه با شایسته ترین است. باید مبارز روبرو شایسته مبارزه با او باشد.
Chasing a challenge worthy of his attention.
و حالا دوباره غیبت جان جونز، اما این بار به دلیل تغییر دستی وزنی. 3 سال دوری از فایت، اما این بار فایت در دستی سنگین وزن. یکی از گولهای سنگین وزن، سریل گان، مبارزه برای عنوان قهرمانی.
Cyril Gane and John Jones, I'm very interested in that fight. How does John perform at heavyweight?
مبارزه از چیزی که پیش بینی میشد برای جونز راحت‌تر پیش رفت. در همون راند اول کار سریل گان رو یکسره کرد. حالا در تاریخ سنگین وزن بزرگترین تاریخ مبارزه میکند. مدعیان برای اولین دفاع جونز از عنوان قهرمانی او را صدا میکنند. تام اسپینال. اما انتخاب جونز برای فایت برترین مبارز تاریخ این دستی وزنیه.
talked all week about inactive by John. The elbow. Oh man. Oh, major elbows from Jones here. Huge elbow, man. Huge elbow.
A little bit more on your feet, and I want you to keep your speed with down a little bit with your hands.
Right here, you see that front kick by Jones? This is nasty, man. Base corner's yelling, go.
Southpaw munching.
Sweet Black may be here this round.
Yeah.
اما تسلیم سیپ موچیچ با این ضربه بی‌نقص.
Looked like he was having a hard time closing the gap. Now look at this spinning back kick to the body. Oh, right, beautiful. Look at this, tucked under, all shutout against what we thought was probably going to be
in the way that
29 seconds of round number 3.
حالا یک چالش دیگر برای جان جونز. تام اسپینال جوان، سریع و البته جسور. پیش بینیتون راجع به این یکی چیه؟ نظرتون رو کامنت کنید، لایک و سابسکرایب رو هم فراموش نکنید.